Hello everybody, this is AKWasp and welcome to another one of my video logs. In this video log, I'll be talking about how I prepared for the bonus experience weekend and give you some tips on how you can prepare for your own. And what I did for preparing was, or for preparation I should say, was just the Herblore Habitat, because the only skill I have left to really train that I could possibly benefit from the bonus experience weekend is Hunter. And I've heard that the draconic jadinkos are the best experience available for Hunter, but you can't just, set up some box traps and catch them. You actually have to get these little special plants that require potions to grow, and then you hunt other jadinkos for tails as bait. And basically, there was a significant amount of prep work involved in getting ready for this weekend because I had never been to the Herblore Habitat before, and so I did that. And basically, I recorded voiceover as I was doing it because I figured it would be a real quick and easy voiceover to do. I figured I could get it done in maybe 15-20 minutes, and it took like 2 hours. So I have it sped up instead, and I'm just gonna voice over it afterwards, or voice over it now I should say, because this is afterwards, and basically just give you guys my feedback. Hey, so yeah, bonus experience weekend. I guess I'll offer a bit of advice before jumping into what I actually did. And the advice is that, bonus experience weekend starts on Friday, ends on Monday, runs for what, 72 hours, I believe? Yeah, that sounds about right. And I recommend, doing skills which are viable. So basically, you want to get the best value out of your time, especially the initial hours when you gain the largest amount of experience, because I think it's the first half hour you gain like 2.7% or 2.7 times your experience, so that's 270%. And then I think it's an average of the first 10 hours. You get 1.5 experience if you averaged all the degradation, because it's an exponential decay in your bonus experience. And then so I believe it's over the first 10 hours you get a total of 150% bonus experience on average, and then everything you do after that you just get 10% extra, which is still nice. But don't kill yourself over trying to get more than 10 hours in, because that's the same amount of bonus experience you could get any time of the year with the refer friend, what's it called, loyalty bonus, whatever you want to call it, which some people have said is kind of overpowered. I guess not really overpowered, but just not fair that you could just buy yourself extra experience. But if you think about it, you get 10% extra experience for 1 week, and you can only do it up to 5 times a year, and there's only 52 weeks in the year. So the most experience that you could get is 1%. And is 1% really that much? Not really. It's not going to really make that huge of a difference. And anybody who wants to gripe about it, why are you griping about 1%? And if if you are the one who wants that 1% and it's worth $5 to you to do it, go ahead and do it. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying that 1% is not going to make a huge difference. Anyways, back on topic with the bonus experience. You want to, well, not you want to, but it would be wise to, focus your bonus experience on skills which, you benefit from because they cost you money. So basically, if it costs you, $1 million to get to the next level in something like Herblore or what's the Bible skill? Crafting, construction, and if you're using it during the bonus experience weekend, you'd basically be saving, 1/3 the cost. If for 10 hours of training it, if you're actually doing the whole thing for 10 hours, and you're at 150%, you're basically saving 1/3 of your cost to get to that level. Obviously, if you do something that's really expensive up front, early on, you got your 2.5 or 2.7 times multiplier, so you're saving even more money. So basically, you want to do your most expensive skills that to train right off the get go, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. At the same time, don't overpay for the raw materials required, because they do go up in price because everybody knows that you're going to get better experience. But if you're paying twice the price of twice the regular price of an item, and you're only gaining twice the experience, you're not actually saving yourself any money. You're just you're not saving any money. Realistically, it's not going to be a 1-to-1 ratio like that, so you will still save a little bit of money, but be smart about your investments. And additionally, don't do what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm training hunter, a skill that requires that you can't buy, a skill that doesn't there's no money drain associated with hunter, aside from opportunity cost, which is the only benefit you get from training a skill like agility or hunter or mining, or fishing during the bonus experience weekend, because all it does is it lets you save your time. Instead of saving, you got so 170% of your, well, not 170%, that's not a number, but instead of saving half of your cost in leveling up a skill, you are saving half your time that it would take you to get up to the next skill level, which if you're doing a buyable skill, you're saving your time and your money. But in my particular case, the only skill I have left to train is hunter, and none of my other skills, all my buyable skills are already maxed, so there's nothing for me to do there. So anyways, that is my 2 cents on the whole idea behind bonus experience weekend. And then as 2 additional tips, I would say go ahead and get a lot of farming experience in your bonus experience weekend in about 5 minutes, preferably your first 5 minutes, simply by go today or sometime, try and go 2 days before Friday and plant the best fruit tree and the best normal wood cutting tree that you can in all of your tree patches throughout RuneScape. And then also, if you can, plant 2 or up to 2 spirit trees. And then, during the initial 5 minutes of your bonus experience weekend, do a quick teleport run and check your health on all those trees, because that's where the majority of the experience comes from. And I wouldn't even recommend wasting the time it takes to chop them down and replanting them and, doing all that to do it multiple times. I would recommend just real quick, teleport all around RuneScape and check your healths and get a bunch of quick and easy farming experience. And that's all there is to it. And definitely, pay to have the trees protected, so you don't show up on Friday morning or whenever you would during the weekend and see that, that the trees are dead, and then you're like, well, that was a waste, especially if you overpaid for the seeds. Which if you don't have them readily available in your bank, you're probably going to overpay for them at this point, with all the merching going on. And yeah, so with that, you don't have to log in immediately when the weekend starts. You can log in, a day later. You log in on Saturday or Sunday for the first time, and that's when your experience starts. So don't think that just because it starts at noon in whatever GMT 0, that you have to be there at noon, and that by 10 p.m. your experience is going to be gone. No, that's not the way it works. The counter or the timer starts counting as soon as you log in, and stops counting when you're logged out. So skill for an hour and then log out and then come back the next day or something, and then you're not going to be 24 hours in. You're going to be just on your second hour. So don't know life this weekend. If you don't if you have something to do, go ahead and do it. And what else? Oh, and if it happens to be convenient for you, the second piece of advice would be actually dungeoneering. If you could either find a team of reliable friends and complete the highest floor that you can prior to the start of the weekend, and then just don't finish it, so that you finish it and gain that experience right during the first couple minutes of the of the bonus weekend, then you'll gain 2.7 times the normal amount of dungeoneering experience from that floor. and then you go do your farm run, and then you go do your buyable skills or whatever. But for that, you have to be logged on before the experience or before the bonus weekend starts, and then you're just kind of sitting around and waiting for it to happen. I've never done that, but that is a good idea. Alternatively, if you can't find a group of reliable friends, and I say reliable because you definitely don't want some troll just ending the floor 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the weekend starts, and then the floor automatically ends, and then you're like, well, I just wasted an hour for nothing. Assuming it takes you an hour, I'd recommend doing it maybe maybe an hour beforehand, just to make sure you get the floor done in time. But if you can't find reliable friends, then just do the highest medium floor that you can do on your own or something like that. So anyways, that's my advice for the bonus experience weekend. And so I actually voiced over my own Herblore Habitat experience, which I'd never been to before. And yeah, it didn't go as fast as I had hoped, so I'm just kind of, what do you call it? I'm kind of I guess fast forwarding right now through it while just talking over it, I guess voiceovering over it, and giving you guys this advice and my general feedback on the activity. So it's been in the game for a while now, I think close to 2 years, maybe not 2 years, maybe like a year and a half. And yeah, I never got around to doing it. Now I finally have got around to doing it, and I really should have prepped a little bit beforehand because I didn't even have the camouflage unlocked. So hopefully I'll be able to unlock the full camouflage when I get off work on Wednesday, because I believe that's when the weekly timer resets. And if not, then I did succeed in unlocking the pants, if you can call them pants, of the outfit, and also the mask. So I do have some camouflage. And then obviously with 99 summoning, or even with significantly less than 99 summoning, I have access to the polar bear, which adds additional hunter not experience, but additional hunter, I guess, camouflage you might call it. It increases my chances of successfully catching the prey. So anyways, these jadinkos are different from red chinchampas, which is what I've always trained on before, because first of all, you don't catch them in boxes, you catch them in these plants. And second of all, it's hard to tell when the plants are, because boxes fall down, and you can tell when a box is properly set up, and you can tell when your box trap has collapsed. But with the plants, they just kind of wither a little bit, and they're kind of hard to discriminate between, active traps and then like deactivated traps. So that's not the most friendly thing in the world, but what it is. And then also for common jadinkos, you can just catch those forever. But for the good level 80 draconic jadinkos, which yield the highest experience rate, I actually had to farm a bunch of, I think they're called urzels, and then trap a whole bunch of, I think they're called carrion jadinkos or diseased jadinkos or some kind of jadinko that just took forever to trap. So I got enough of their tails to make potions, because then I have to use this Juju Hunter potion on I guess a flower patch, and then it spawns draconic jadinkos for 10 minutes. And then every 10 minutes I'm going to have to be going and spraying more doses of potion on this plant. But anyways, I got enough potions to last something like 30 hours, which is well beyond what I intend to play for this weekend, which actually brings me to another point. This weekend is St. Patrick's Day, and I'm not sure if St. Patrick's Day is, celebrated all over the world, but it's definitely celebrated in the States, and I expect, Britain to, I'm sure they have it in Britain. And I assume that's probably about half the population who plays. Maybe not half, but I assume it's probably close to half between the States and and the UK. And yeah, so definitely, don't sit around in no-life RuneScape all day. Go out with your friends. Personally, I'm in Detroit, so I'm going to be going out to Old Shillelagh's, which is Irish bar downtown, where they have like an all-day, tent set up and everything for St. Patrick's Day, and just having a blast with a bunch of friends. So I mean, yeah, it just worked out that would work. I was actually scheduled off on Friday anyways, because so I get these things called RDOs, rotated day offs. Basically, I work 9-hour days instead of 8-hour days, which means I get 81 hours in a pay period, which is 2 weeks during 9 days. So I get every 10th day off. But anyways, it's a federal government thing. But anyways, where's I going with this? Yeah, so I have Friday off anyways, so I'm gonna sleep in. First of all, I'm not gonna do that dungeoneering thing that I suggested. I'm gonna sleep in and then get up whenever I get up, and do a little bit of hunter while catching up on like a ton of or neglected shows on my DVR, and then just having a nice relaxing weekend and celebrating the holiday. And I definitely recommend, don't like no life RuneScape just because it's bonus experience weekend. So anyways, back to what I'm actually talking about in the video. So yeah, I got a bunch of potions, going to be good for hunting all the draconics I could possibly want over this bonus weekend. And the god jadinkos, oh my god, they took forever to get. I got completely trolled by the puzzle, because so you have to get 4 patches correct, meaning the flower patch, the construction patch, the tree patch, and the bush patch. You have to match them up properly alongside a hunter potion, just so that the god jadinkos will spawn. And I did not know that having nothing in the patch was an option. So I went through like so many iterations of all this stuff, and I was low on seeds because I hadn't done this before, so I didn't have many extra bush seeds. And it turns out that for, I believe it was the Zamorak and the Guthix jadinkos, I had to have no bush, which was just like, really? I don't know. I don't know what was up with that, but apparently no bush is one of the options in the puzzle, which just didn't seem intuitive, and I finally figured it out. I think I may have just lucked into. I think I had it all set up, and then I removed the patch to put a new bush in, and it just spawned one of the jadinkos. And I was like, really? I can't believe it was like ridiculous like that. But anyways, I got all the god jadinkos, so now I have the mask, which gives me free teleports to this area, and additional camouflage, which will be very helpful. And what else? Yeah, I got, I think I hunted few extra god jadinkos, so I never have to do this again. Because fortunately, to unlock the second half of the camouflage, meaning the top, I don't have to hunt the gods again. I can just hunt the 10, I guess you'd call them normal jadinkos. And anyways, I am gonna include the my original commentary over the first half of my jadinko hunting experience, because it wasn't so bad. But I definitely wanted to prefix it with this video, so I'll be including the in reverse chronological order, I guess you would call it, the first half second. I probably is just an additional video log, which I'll post. I'll post this one today, and I'll post the the second half, which is the first half, or the prelude, I guess tomorrow. That way, I don't know, that way it's spaced out a bit. And also, I haven't neglected the fight killing guide. It's just taking me a bit longer than I anticipated. It's being worked on, and hopefully I'll have the whole thing up before the bonus experience weekend hits. And if not, I'll at least have most of it up. So far, I just have, I think, parts 1 and 2 of 6. So I'm a bit behind schedule on that. But that's okay, because, I didn't really set a schedule, so I can't be behind schedule. So that's the end of this video log, and please, the usual, subscribe if you like to. I'm also doing a giveaway for my birthday, which is in 2 weeks on March 25th. So I'm giving away 2 90-day memberships, membership cards, which necessarily come with the associated vanity item, whichever one Jagex is giving away at the time, which at the moment is the barbed bow. So check that video out. It should be on screen, and on screen I'll also have a link to the the prequel to this video, so the second half of the video log, if you will. Thank you, and thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.